Hey, sis, Coach Key here, back again with tips for solo traveling. Like I was saying in my last video, and if you haven't seen it, please click on the link below. I was talking about the importance of traveling solo as a woman and your self discovery and how it grows you and challenges you. And you just have an amazing time and really begin to love yourself even more. So, here is tip number one: research the area. So when I decided to, even though I did advise if you do a solo travel, I would advise to stay in the United States, but you want to research the area. Look for places that you shouldn't visit, and you can go on different websites that'll tell you that the areas that you should avoid as a woman traveling solo. I know when I went to Mexico with my girlfriends, even in that, I researched the area. I looked for travel advisories of what cities to avoid. So you want to do that. Do your research, okay? Number two, make sure that you share your itinerary with someone, okay? Let them know your flight, let them know your hotel or your Airbnb. Make sure someone has your information that loves you and will send out the Army, the Navy, the Marines, the Coast Guard. They will call National Guard to make sure that you get home safely. So make sure you do that. Share your itinerary. Number three, make sure that you avoid sharing too much information with strangers. I know when you're out there and you're, challenging yourself to meet new people and to sit next to somebody that someone that you're just kind of interested in, or whatever you're doing to challenge yourself, especially maybe in that area of social interaction. But you want to make sure that you're careful about, don't share where you're staying. Those kinds of basic information. You want to be really careful about that, because any kind of identifying information, you do have people out there who are not invested in your safety as much as you are. So be careful about that. Make sure, what am I on? Number four, stay connected. So make sure when you go out, don't do like I did when I was in San Francisco. Make sure that you charge your phone, charge your iPad, charge whatever devices that you have. And if you can, take an emergency, like portable one, and make sure that's charged as well and it's working. Okay. Now, when I went to San Francisco, I thought I know I charged it. I thought it was working, but I don't know what happened. And I took two and they both weren't working. But anyways, that's something that's really important. I'm kind of looking at my notes here. Next, number five, make sure that you secure your belongings. And what I mean by that is, when you're out, there are pickpockets out there. So don't take a bunch of credit cards. Don't flash a lot of cash. I usually only take one credit card with me, my ID, and I'll take some cash, and I'll keep it in a small purse, maybe like a little knapsack. I was going to say laptop, book bag. Why couldn't I say that? I don't know, y'all. It was in my brain, okay? But that's something important that you want to make sure. And, I hate knapsacks, the little fanny packs. People love them, but they are good because they're in front of you. And even, let's say that when I was traveling by train or traveling by bus, I would make sure that whatever purse or wallet or little coin purse I had with me, I put my hand on it. So even if you're wearing a fanny pack, you want to put your hand on it. If you have like a little book bag, put it in the front of you and put your hand on it. So that way it helps, deter pickpockets, because they're going to go for people who are a lot more open. If you have your purse, try to put it towards the front of you and put your hand on it when you're in crowds of people, or even when you're walking in crowds of people. So that's important. Another thing that you definitely want to do is avoid walking alone at night. I did that once when I was in San Francisco because I got back late and I was terrified. Okay, I got off the bus, it was dark, and I was walking as fast as I could to get back to my Airbnb. Don't put yourself in that position. Make sure that you're mindful of your time. Be mindful of your time, or don't be like me and be cheap and take the bus. Like, just get an Uber or a cab. So just make sure that you don't try to not be by yourself, okay? Because you can become a target. And then learn some basic self-defense moves. I remember when I was younger, my stepfather had taught me. He was in the army medics. He was like a special forces and whatnot. So he taught me before I went away to college some basic self-defense moves, about hitting somebody in the ears with both of your hands. It kind of scares them. Of course, all women know the one for men. We all know that one. But just like some basic things that you can do if, God forbid, you were caught up with someone. And most importantly, I think I'm on number 8. Most importantly, sis, if you don't feel safe, walk away, move, run, whatever you need to do. If you're talking to someone and you don't feel comfortable, trust your instincts. So many times as women, we question ourselves. And so we start to think, oh, well, oh my gosh, why am I treating this person like this? They're just trying to be nice. Trust your instincts. They are going to be right. And guess what? Even if they're wrong, it's better to be safe than sorry. Okay? As sometimes you might be, like when I went to San Francisco, I went out to, oh my gosh, I forgot the name of the place, but it was on the water, absolutely beautiful. It's very famous. Anyways, I can't think of the name. But I ended up meeting a gentleman there, and we were talking and laughing, and, and I was fine. But then someone else came up, and as I'm walking, and he's like, hey, how are you, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, okay, well, nice. I said, well, nice to meet you. I'm gonna head on out. And he started following me. And so it ended up that he ended up turning someplace else, and he really wasn't. But I was very cautious, and I was very kind of keeping my eye on the situation. I didn't tell him which way I was going, where I was going, what train I was catching. So, I was very careful in that because something in me was just kind of feeling uncomfortable, So I was polite, but I made sure that I trusted my instinct and says, no, you don't have to walk me, because that's what it was. Thank you. Well, I'm going to say I'm thank you. But yeah, he was offering to walk me, with me. And I was like, no, I'm good. So trust your instinct. That is the most important safety rule of all, sis. So there you have it. Your list. Get out there. Travel. Again, I really do want to reiterate, if this is your first time, try just going to the United States, but definitely still research those areas, secure your belongings, find out about public transportation, make sure you're not someplace that it's going to be unsafe for you, and have a good time. Learn more about yourself, challenge yourself. It is the best thing I've ever done. Bye for now.